Hey Cornerstone, Pastor Phil here. Today we're going to talk about worship. I want to go through this idea of what worship is the next few weeks. And simply put, worship is celebrating God. It's one of our core 4 values, actually. We celebrate Jesus, what He's done in our lives, what He will do. Every Sunday morning, that's the focus of our time together. It's a celebration. Through singing, through hearing the Word, through prayer, we are celebrating God's work in our lives. But when we use the word worship, it gets kind of confusing. So I want to back up real quick. I want to explain to you what worship is. Archbishop William Temple said that worship is the submission of all of our nature to God. It is the quickening of the conscience by His holiness, the nourishment of mind with His truth, the purifying of imagination by His beauty, the opening of the heart to His love. It's the surrender of our will to His purpose. All this gathered up in adoration is the most selfless emotion of which we are capable of. That's what worship is. It's emptying ourselves so that more of God can come in. It's emptying ourselves so we can know and experience God in His fullness. That's worship. When we celebrate on Sundays, we are celebrating God in such a way that we empty ourselves of who we are so we can fill ourselves up of who God wants us to be. We are freeing ourselves up to be who God has created us to be for now and for eternity. So if we look back at the Archbishop's definition of worship, we can see that worship becomes a way of living. I mean, absolutely our time in singing is worship, but our worship should define our lives, that we should always be submitting our nature to God. We should always have our consciences quickened by His holiness, that our minds should always be nourished with His truth, and so on and so forth. Our lives, therefore, become worship. And our time on Sundays is a culmination, a public declaration of the worship we've experienced throughout the week. That's what worship is, and that's where we start from. We start with celebrating Jesus for what He's done in our lives and what He's promised to continue to do. Thanks.